And welcome back to episode 36 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host, Malcolm Muffed Punt Return King. You muted.
What's going on? Hey, listen, call me D'Angelo Hall. I run it back.
You ain't running shit back, nigga. And as always, we got the beautiful Britt Dawson. What's popping with you?
What's up, y'all?
Listen, we got I ain't gonna say we got a lot to talk about. It ain't much going on, but between the playoffs and it's a couple things I heard in football, and tonight's a good fight night. We should have some things to talk about, but it sounded like you had something that you were speaking on before we was getting started. Did you want to bring that up, or did you?
Oh, no, it was just basketball talk. I'm sure we'll get around to some basketball talk,
Okay.
And then I'll just bring it up then.
Okay, perfect. Well, I would like to start it out with one of my favorite people to talk about, the NFL savior, Tim Tebow.
Timmy T.
You know, Vegas released a bet, over under on touchdowns he scores this year. They got it at 2.5. Now, that I guess what you about to say?
I want to hear the numbers, like 2.5. What's the explain that to me, because I'm not familiar with the whole Vegas betting. So
well, I don't know the odds on the bet just yet, because they just released it, but they're basically saying the bet is over under. Does he go over 2.5 or does he not get 2.5 touchdowns?
I would be at this right now, if he gets some playing time, which I'm assuming he will, I would say that he would get I would be comfortable betting a couple $100 he would go
on the over.
Yeah, for sure.
What you think, Mal?
For two reasons.
My internet had paused when you asked the question, so you had slowed down. What was the question? I heard over and under, but I never heard the.
Okay, I'm gonna repeat the question. But you said the question was over under touchdowns on Tim Tebow reaching 2.5. But you said for two reasons, Britt. What's the two reasons?
I got two reasons why I would feel comfortable betting on that. One, he has some star power, right?
Right.
So they want to feed into that.
Right.
It's in their best interest as a Jacksonville GM owner to feed into getting him some touchdowns, because he is already the number one selling jersey, right?
Right.
So I'm a play into that. Throw him a couple in the, when we get in the red zone, so that is one reason why I would be willing to bet he gets more than 2.5 or 2.7. I can't remember what you said. And then the other reason
2.5.
is he has a rookie QB, and who do rookie QBs rely on? They're tight end.
Right.
That's their dump off. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's their dump off, just because they're not, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to get rid of the ball. So that is why I would go ahead and take that bet.
Yeah, I agree. What you got? What you think, Mount?
Are we talking about him as a tight end? Are we like as far as receiving touchdowns?
Right.
Okay, not just in general.
Not throwing. Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question if it's in general.
Because they said they're gonna run him in the Wildcat too at quarterback at times. Is what I seen the other day.
That's a good question, because I didn't see any specifics about in general, but I would assume just receiving for the time.
Yeah, I think he'll get it regardless. Like I said, I see them using him in the Wildcat a lot too. Maybe at quarterback in certain scenarios, especially let's be honest, y'all. If Lawrence gets hurt or things just turn out too bad, Urban's gonna go with the devil he knows. You know what I'm saying? So
man, he's not throwing Tebow. I mean,
if you have no choice, but I mean,
who's their backup?
That's what I was just about to ask. I'm not even sure.
Right.
Who their backup is.
That's the point. That's the point. That's what I'm saying. You and Tebow knows how to run Urban Meyer's offense. So why wouldn't I go with, you know what I'm saying? Like
they said he's been heavy in the playbook too.
But he knows how to run his offense from a college perspective. I don't think that is.
Yeah, I don't think that he'll have the same offense.
Yeah, And then you're talking about how many years ago? How many years ago did he?
That was
Gardner Minshew II is the second string quarterback.
I've never heard of him.
Minshew.
He used to be the starter.
No, he was the starter. Yeah, so listen, I'm not going with Tebow. I'll take Gardner over Tebow as a QB. In that scenario.
Because Tebow looked great in Denver. I still feel like Tebow got screwed over at his chance at quarterback in general before this all even went down. Like, he wasn't a bad quarterback. I mean, he took him to the playoffs, I believe, that year in Denver and everything.
I feel like he has a natural talent. I feel like Tebow has an all-around natural athleticism, a sneaky athleticism about him that you don't really know. Or don't know, but don't recognize. They said in the OTAs he didn't drop one pass.
I bet.
You know what I think about Tebow? I think he gets the job done. I think that he falls into the category of, like we were talking about, what, like the Tyrod Taylors and stuff like that. Like they're not going to give you amazing stats, but if you look at, hey, did he get me the win?
Right.
More than likely, one of those quarterbacks will get you the win.
Right.
They're just not about to have 4 touchdowns in 300 yards type games.
Right. Now, I say I'm going with the over as well on that for 2 reasons also. One being, it seems like Trevor Lawrence and Tebow are already developing a decent relationship. You know what I mean? Like Trevor Lawrence said that he's the hardest working man he's come across and he just enjoys being around him to work with somebody like that. So I feel like at that time when you're working with a rookie quarterback that's somewhat of a sponge, you know what I mean, coming into the league. And what better person would you like to absorb than somebody that's been in that position as well and now may be one of my targets out on the field? So I feel like he may have a little bit of
leverage.
And I don't mean it not in a bad way, but he may have a little bit of influence over him as far as how he develops into the quarterback that he is. 2 being, they don't have any elite wide receivers.
They still got Allen Robinson. Let me see.
They just got Marvin Jones from Detroit. I saw. Well, not and then they got that DJ Shark dude.
They don't got no elite, no big name.
Right. No 1,000-yard wide receivers out of that bunch. You know what I mean? And in this era of football, that tight end has become more and more important. So I feel like Tebow could potentially fall into that category of, like Britt said, the comfort blanket. Like, let me dump it off to this tight end till I get comfortable. Right.
The Gronk kind of situation.
But one thing that is concerning about it is they said that Trevor Lawrence has been having trouble in red zone conversions. Right. He's had I think they said that he I can't remember the exact, he threw 4 incompletions and 2 over, I can't remember what it was, the stats were, but it wasn't a good look. But they said that they think that's just him learning how to throw against an NFL defense in such little of a space. And that'll come with time. I won't be hard on him on that, but that the only reason why I say it's concerning is because you got to understand Tebow coming back from nowhere. It isn't going to be a starting tight end. He's probably going to have to work his way up from red zone situations and goal line and shit like that.
Right.
And if he can't convert for you in the goal line, then that's not good for that 2.5 you trying to reach. But only time will tell.
Yeah, that's what were his goal line stats in college? You know?
That's a good question. I should have looked that up. I didn't even look it up. But I mean,
because he was pretty all right.
Yeah, I mean, from what I remember seeing, I don't remember seeing him having any trouble with converting in the red zone in college. I didn't remember seeing too many weaknesses from him at that quarterback position, if I'm being honest.
Right.
He was a legit all around quarterback, if I'm keeping it a buck. But I don't know. I just wouldn't have thought somebody like a Trevor would have had issues with a goal line situation, because that's more so two-step drop precision shit, or play action dump it immediately shit. Like, and as long as you're an accurate quarterback, if you could fit it in that window, and he didn't seem like he had issues fitting it in the window. What I think it is the fact that he's in the NFL now. That window closes a lot faster than it did in college.
Right.
Adjusting.
Right.
For sure.
Right. So it's probably more so timing. But what you got, Brett?
And I was thinking it could also be decision making. Is he a quick decision maker? You know what I'm saying? When you got time, a little bit more time for the play to develop, that red zone is, very compact, and you don't have a lot of time. So it can really come down to decision making. And like you said before, he is new, so he has to learn his personnel. Whereas in college, he's like, I know that's my go-to guy. I'm hitting him with this particular move or play, and I'm a run with it. So you got to give them time on that.
You know the people's traits. You know their tendencies. You practice with them enough. But just starting out in OTAs and team practices, it may be, like I said, it may be too early to tell. But you know who they said has been impressing everybody?
Who?
Mac Jones.
Really? Here y'all
they
go.
Said Mac Jones. No, I'm not hopping on that train. I already said
Mac
I'm not.
Jones. Mac.
But yeah, no, they said that he's been impressing. They actually, and this is just clickbait shit, but there was an article that said let the games begin, talking about him and Cam Newton fighting for that spot.
I don't like it. I'm actually rooting for Cam this year. I don't even want to see him have to, I mean, it sounds bad, but I really don't want to have to see him compete. Let him get out there and do his thing. But I know he has to. You know what I'm saying? He knows that as well. But
But I mean, I don't think it's a real competition, because I was even in the team trainings and shit that I was watching, they were saying that Cam was leading the quarterback drills, and they only had Mac Jones running check down plays, and they would have him run the same play over and over again, throwing different defensive schemes at him, so he had to read the defense more. So I don't think that's even putting you in a position of competing yet. You know what I mean? I feel like that's more of them trying to see what his strengths and weaknesses are before you even put him at that starting line with Cam to race it out.
Say that he's not competing, because you're talking about somebody that they pulled, right? They pulled Cam last year, didn't they?
They might have pulled him towards the end of the year.
Yeah, there were times where he was pulled in a game, and I feel like anytime you're a quarterback anytime you're a quarterback that's pulled from a game, you are fighting for your position.
That's a good point. That's a very good point there. I didn't think about it like that.
So I don't think it's that easy road, and he knows, and this is why I don't want him in this situation, is because if something were to happen, he goes on that streak like he did last year, where he just doesn't have, Cam just doesn't have these great games,
right?
Overthinking, et cetera, et cetera. They let Jones come in, And if he performs a little bit better than what he was doing, he's out of there. You know what I'm saying? You can never lose your spot to a freshman.
And he's out of there permanently.
Yeah.
Permanently, because he only got 1 year, an additional year. So if he doesn't produce this year and Mac does, he's out of there permanently. The little boy from the little flag tournament might have been right.
Who?
He said, I make millions. He said, you about to lose your job next year. He said, the little boy that everybody was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, that little boy might have been right. He might have been right.
I mean,
Cam said, where your daddy at?
Right. Nah, he might have been Miss Cleo out there. Miss Cleo's son. Because he said, you about to lose your job next year. Oh, goodness.
I mean, I'm biased, Cam. I'm rooting for Cam, but I don't think it's looking too good for Cam, only because the fact that he is older now. And it's kind of like this. Even if Mac Jones is not in the equation, which we know he is, if Cam don't produce, I think Cam's just done regardless with any other team. Like if Cam doesn't even have a decent year at his age, like I think he's just written off now. I think he's just off.
Really?
I wouldn't say that.
Really?
I think there's still some teams
as a starter.
Oh yeah, as a starter,
for sure.
As a starter, yeah. No, I think this is his last. I'm gonna be honest. I think even if he does perform, I don't think the Patriots are running it back with him next year. Like even if he took him to the Super Bowl, I don't think they're running it back with him. So, I mean, his best bet is to perform as well as he can for whatever team he's going to next year.
Right.
Like, I think that's his best bet.
Where could that be?
And if he,
oh no, continue. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, like, if he doesn't perform, he is looking at coming behind somebody, but on the flip side, not to get too far away from where you're getting ready to go,
go ahead.
That might be a good thing for Cam because I think he's an overthinker, So if he doesn't have that pressure up front and he's coming in like nobody's expecting him to be this star QB and he gets to come in behind somebody, that actually might be when we see the old Cam Newton.
Like a 6-man, like a Lou Williams type. I don't want to run this shit. I just want to come blaze for a second.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a leader for sure, but I think that sometimes he gets in his own, he gets in his own head.
Right.
Big Cam Newton fan. So
no, I'm rooting for Cam too. I didn't want to seem like I wasn't, but I'm just saying that little nigga might have been right. He
might have been.
Right. You are about to lose your job.
Listen,
he might have been for real. Might not be lying on that.
Okay, we'll move on though. Julio Jones out of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Julio giving me heart problems. Listen, I don't know where Julio is going to go, but I know where I don't want him to go.
Where?
And I don't want him to go to those Ravens. I don't want him to. I do not want him to go there.
That might be a good fit.
Please, Julio, stay away from the Ravens. Please, don't even enter our division. Like, just
that might be a good fit.
Go to where else did I hear them say?
They said they don't want to drop the 49ers in the NFC.
They say 49ers, Cleveland, and
who
was the other? I just seen it.
Now if he come to Cleveland.
They said the Raiders were interested in giving Henry Ruggs or Brian Edwards up for him. And if I'm being honest, I don't think I would do that. I wouldn't want to do that. Yeah, point. No, like those are people that are going to develop into great receivers.
Long term. Mm-hmm.
Don't just give one up because you got a shot at Julio.
I don't think Julio want to go there because what happened when he was when Shannon Sharp called him. He basically made it like I'm trying to compete. So no offense to the Raiders, but I think he needs somebody that's already a contender, and then he's just going to make them better. If you get what I'm saying, like not saying that the Raiders are not contenders, but he's looking for a team that's already
they wouldn't be
already
expected.
In the playoffs,
right?
You know what I'm saying, or just missing a missing link. Like with the 49ers, the injuries messed them up. But besides that, that's a great team.
And speaking of, they said that your boy Trey Lance has been impressing in OTAs in the rookie training camps and shit. They said he went in his 7-on-7 he went 19 for 24, and he said
Dang.
And they said 2 of them were drop passes on the wide receivers end. So it was he really threw 21 and 24 passes right on the money.
That's what's up.
Listen, so and that's 7-on-7s with pros too. That's not just college anymore. So I give him a little bit of respect for that. And they said they most impressed with his arm. They said he got arm strength that they didn't expect him to have. I told you I think he's gonna be the best one out of it. Well, I don't want to say the best one, but I want to say best rookie stats. I'll say that. Out of the group of the ones, I think it's gonna be
out of the quarterbacks you're saying.
Right. I think it's gonna be Trey.
I can see that.
I can see Trevor Lawrence maybe edging, but if it is, it's gonna be like one of those LaMelo, Anthony Edwards Rookie of the Year type, where it's like, it's a toss. I can see it either way, but you want to give it to the guy you expected to give it to, in Trevor. Not saying that they would compete for Rookie of the Year. I'm just specific to their quarterback.
Them too.
Right, their quarterback stats.
Like, not to hop off topic, but I would like to hear what you guys think of what the type of rookie year you think Fields is going to have. Not to make it a Buckeye thing, but I
have no problem being a Buckeye thing.
Okay, let me just ask this, and then we can go on record. Okay. This is one of those ones. You got your pad?
Yep.
Cliff?
Yep. Oh shit.
Are they going to have a better record or a worse record than last year?
Chicago
Bears. Yeah.
Let me see the record last year.
Yeah, I don't know it off the top of my head. Look it up for me, Mount. But while he's looking it up, to answer your question, I do think this is the perfect situation for Fields, because you only got Dalton in front of you. And I don't think that Dalton is unbeatable for a rookie quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, I think you can lap him inside of the season. Of course, Dalton's going to come out starting, I expect, but I see Fields lapping him probably around game 5-6. You'll see a little bit of him. You don't think? No, you don't think? I think you'll see him.
That's not Shannon Sharp right there. Listen,
I think you'll see him before mid-season.
Andy is a competitor.
You're right.
He's a competitor. And even though we don't look at him like an elite QB,
right,
he is competitive. And
you're right.
I don't know if Fields has that edge yet to edge him out.
Okay.
I don't know if he got that enough dog in him right now.
That's a good point.
To get him up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So I actually think Andy will probably get the majority of the snaps.
I think so
for the full season too.
Yeah, because I don't think he's not a he's kind of consistent. You know Andy, what I'm saying? Like
no, he is.
Yeah, Andy's kind of consistent. So I don't he doesn't have those drop offs like we see with like Cam Newton, like comes out blazing and then can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Can't do anything. He kind of is just.
He's kind of what?
No, I was going to just repeat what I was saying. Like, he's just kind of, he's consistent.
And we haven't seen him with a halfway decent squad yet. I mean, Cowboys weren't awful when you look at the weapons that he had available to him. They definitely weren't awful. But I guess with that being said, do you think he has more or less in Chicago?
Ooh.
He may have
weapons
less.
Wise.
Last year, the Bears.
I think he has less.
8-8.
I don't see them getting any better than what is it? You said there's 17 games.
17
now?
17 this season. So what's that? That would be what, 9 and 8?
8 and 9. I think they'll be 8 and 9.
Yeah, I'm putting them around the same.
You think
I'm putting them around the same? Yeah.
I think Dalton will get most of the snaps unless he gets hurt or he just plays, atrocious.
I think we'll see like a Justin Herbert situation where like mid-season he comes in, takes over.
You
don't think?
I mean, and again, I know I'm being biased, but just historically, I mean, y'all just don't produce great quarterbacks at Ohio State in the NFL.
Y'all.
But Fields isn't an Ohio State quarterback originally.
I mean,
so what do you consider him?
That's what he has on his. That's what he has on his side. What I'm saying is he didn't come in and experience his immediate college career at Ohio State as a quarterback. That happened at Georgia.
But he finished there.
Right. Yeah. He finished there, but I feel like the development stages are when you first get in and get acclimated to the system. You got acclimated to a Georgia system before you ever got acclimated to an Ohio State system, which may be to his benefit.
So let me ask you this. Are we saying that Burrow's not an LSU guy?
No.
Because where did Burrow start off that?
Well, that's a little different too. Because Fields receive most of the snaps his freshman year?
I'm not sure. Don't get me lying. I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't think it was a situation where he was like a two guy trying to get out from under somebody. I think he just didn't like the system and wanted to leave it. I could be wrong, but that's what I thought. Now, Burrows, on the other hand, is somebody that didn't really get his shine. But he still got acclimated at Ohio State.
Learn that system.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't think that we can say that Fields is not an Ohio State quarterback because, listen, if he does
I didn't say he's not. I didn't say he's not. I just said that the fact that he didn't start there may be the benefit that other Ohio State quarterbacks didn't have coming into the league.
Okay.
Because I don't like Ohio State quarterbacks either. But Fields, even at Ohio State, he had a little more of the tangibles that you don't see in average Ohio State quarterbacks. You think
Fields was better than Troy Smith, Braxton Miller?
No, I think Troy Smith was the best Ohio State quarterback we had. But no, I do think he's better than Braxton.
Terrell Pryor,
definitely better than Pryor.
Barrett,
love me some Pryor.
Better than Barrett. I love Pryor too.
Yeah, Barrett is.
And Pryor came to the Raiders. Yeah, I don't like
Cardell
Barrett.
Jones.
Cardell Jones is impressive. I'm not gonna lie. He just didn't have a head on his shoulders. He was just immature.
You think that's what it was?
Haskins,
yeah, I do.
Haskins.
Because he had the arm. I couldn't wait for him to make it to the NFL. Because I'm like, the way he would throw the ball.
He did good his first. Yeah, he did good in Buffalo his first half of the season.
He never really developed, though.
Right.
He never.
I think it was a maturity thing. He just didn't have his fucking head on his shoulders.
What about Haskins?
I liked Haskins.
I think Haskins.
He just came out too early.
No, I think it comes down to almost what you're saying. Like the maturity level is just not there. Like their goal, and I don't know them personally, but it doesn't seem like their goal when they make it is like, okay, let me develop into the best professional quarterback that I can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we talked about before, they're used to being catered to. So I feel like their attitude is not like, hey, let me get better. It's like, I'm already good.
Right.
And I think that's like what hinders them. Now, with that being said, Fields is coming from the same line of treatment as a OSU, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. OSU QB that is catered to. So with that being said,
I'm sure he was catered to in Georgia too, though.
Yeah, but I think Ohio, I think these big certain schools. Yeah, I think certain schools is just a different.
Shut the
getting
fuck
tats
up.
For memorabilia.
Shut the
you know what I'm
saying?
It's different around here, but it's almost like a death sentence. I feel like to be an OSU quarterback and go to the NFL is almost like a death sentence to me because all them quarterbacks we just ran through, ain't none of them pan out. I mean, Haskins
wide receivers
now, right? Or they turn them into wide, and you still don't hear about. You don't hear about him. Where's Miller at? Where's Pryor at? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, Pryor's old though. You know what I'm saying? Like in NFL. I think so. NFL years.
Pryor is not. He's not older than Cam Newton. None of them guys.
He's too old for the talent he lived up to be. There's no room for him in the NFL that old with the talent level he lived up to be. We can't put you at a quarterback. You are a half decent wide receiver, and you're getting old. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Terrell Pryor's 31 years old.
Right, but
he wasn't that great of a wide receiver, and that was the position that he
wasn't.
In.
He was a quarterback. That was the problem.
But he wasn't great enough to be a quarterback either. So being 31 is just that much worse.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if he was 26, we could still figure a way to get him a shot. 28, maybe. 31, nah, we ain't about to gamble these millions on that.
I'm not even giving him 28. Like, hey, listen, I'll take me a little young buck and see what I can do with that, as opposed to giving someone like Terrell Pryor a chance at 28. That's my opinion.
You know what? Like no disrespect, but that's almost how I feel about Julio Jones.
What? Oh, that's different. Oh,
no, I know it's very different, but I think about the injuries too.
Man,
I think about all that, and it's like, would you really want to give up a young bull like that just to get Julio Jones and hope to see which one you get?
I would, depending on where my team is right now. Like, if I'm one of those teams that made it, if I'm a top 6, 17, I would go ahead and give up the now. He led
the league in rushing in 2017, 2019, and then his stats have kind of dropped dramatically since.
Yeah, but you still got to understand.
Due to injury, I'm not going.
He's still a different kind of beast. And anytime you talk to any cornerbacks, wide receivers in the league, and they tell you, like, who is your top wide receiver? Julio Jones is coming out of their mouth. 9 out of 10 times. They're going to say Julio.
These days? You talking about these days?
Yeah, right now. No, right now. I think people would still say they're like the person they would not want to go up to.
Give me a 5.
You always got to keep Odell in the conversation, regardless.
What? You mean it's
Odell up there?
Listen.
Odell and Julio are on the same.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Let me. Okay, yeah, DeAndre
Hopkins.
Okay,
for sure.
You got to take a look at the Chargers wide receiver. He's a Keenan Allen.
Okay, he's good.
Keenan Allen's a dog.
I'll give you that.
You got to take a look at. I'm trying to run through all the teams in my head. There's a couple guys.
Listen, I'm saying, like.
Hell, Larry Fitzgerald, I'll put him over Julio still. And
Larry?
Whoa.
Larry still getting.
You are being disrespectful.
Larry is one of the best wide receivers of all time.
I'll give you that, but not currently.
What you mean? Larry was making plays still in Arizona,
right? But he's not the Larry of back in the day.
Well, no,
of course he's older.
He is Julio, right?
But listen. When it comes to, can I stop this man? It's not. I can't think of anyone who I feel confident.
Nobody can guard him one-on-one.
They can guard Julio Jones. I know people that probably feel confident.
Nobody can guard him.
No, I don't even think Jalen Ramsey wants any parts of Julio.
Nobody's guarding him one-on-one.
And I'm not saying that. I'm from
without
a competitive
safety help
standpoint.
Is what I'm saying.
Oh, duh. Yo, I'm tripping. DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Adams, Michael Thomas, Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf, Stephon Diggs, Mike Evans. I mean, that's already more than 5 right there that's been producing more than Julio in the past.
Okay. Hold on, though.
I was thinking Tyreek Hill, but I don't know if I put, like,
I'm still taking Julio over Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, I think I would
Allen,
too.
Like I said. Hell no.
I think I would too. Man,
the fastest man in the league. Nope.
Right, but
but that's, when you got the listen. If I'm throwing the ball up,
right,
and I don't want to
scat back.
I'm not
going
putting
for
it on.
Right,
Tyreek Hill is not going to catch it. Not saying he won't catch it, but the chances of him.
He won't catch it. We saw it in the Super Bowl. He's not going to catch it. It's going to bounce off his face mask.
I mean, but yeah,
that he threw it up and it went through his hands. I'm not listening. I'm not hating on Tyreek. I like Tyreek too, but it don't matter. That's when it counted. That's when you had all the eyes on you.
Okay, let me ask you this, Malcolm. If I throw the ball up and Tyreek Hill is down there and Julio Jones is down there,
I got more.
Who you think gonna catch it?
I feel more comfortable.
I mean, yeah, that's just off height. I mean, of course, yeah. I mean, Julio, if you're jump ball situation, you got to go with Julio.
Let's think about it like this too. I mean, I'm sorry, continue, Brett. I didn't mean to.
No. I want to hear what you got to say. I'm curious.
Let's think about it like this too, because when you think about it, route running is very similar for the height discrepancy, the size discrepancy. There's a big size discrepancy in Tyreek Hill and Julio Jones, but you look at the route running and it's very similar. Now, Julio Jones can run a route just as good. I won't say just as good, but maybe a notch off of Tyreek Hill. But when you think about how much bigger he is, I'm giving that edge to Julio Jones as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like how we discussed Ben Simmons and Rudy Gobert going for the defensive player of the year, but Ben Simmons guards the point to the 5, and Rudy Gobert's only a paint man. So you got Julio Jones being a big guy, running a route just as good as the little guys, and can go jump in the end zone and maul somebody. I'm taking that man over that man.
I'm taking Julio over
Tyreek.
Pretty much everybody you just named. Only person I might consider taking Julio over right now would be DK Metcalf, just because he's younger. But if we're talking about I gotta pick a player, I would pick Julio. Julio gonna get the job done. See, and it's not too many people that can stop that man.
Right, but when I think about durability, then that's when all those other players start, coming into the Mike Evans and all them. I see why he would put them above him.
That's why I said Julio's for the right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm trying to win a championship right now, I'm going with, I would be willing to give up some things for Julio.
So
like, if I was Atlanta. No, they're not contenders. They're not contenders. Atlanta has no chance. No, they're not. They were terrible last year. What was their record?
They weren't good last year, but I feel like they made some improvements in it seems like the front office is trying. That's
trying is not going to get it done. Like I said, I think Julio wants to win right now. He wants to be in the playoff talks, like, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, for sure that, I mean, more than likely Tampa Bay is going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be in playoff talks. Right. Like, he wants to go to a team where it's a for sure thing, not a toss up with Atlanta. And I don't even think Atlanta's going to make it.
I'm not picking Julio Jones over Michael Thomas. I just did my research. Michael Thomas is 6'3". Julio's 6'3". Julio is also 32 years old or 31 years old. Michael Thomas is 28.
I love Michael Thomas. Don't get it twisted. I love Michael Thomas. A healthy Michael Thomas, he's up there with Julio for sure.
I mean,
yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy in that division. That's why every time the Saints and the Falcons play, Thomas usually has the better game than Julio. Now, I know he had Drew Brees historically, too. Don't get me wrong. But we're talking about jump ball situations and stats. I mean, Michael Thomas, that boy's 99 on Madden or 97, whatever he is, for a reason. Julio he's in the 90s, but he's not. He's never been up on the. They had Michael Thomas as a 99 for a while on Madden.
Fuck all that. Where's he go? Where's he go to? What's the best fit for him? What do y'all think?
The Browns.
Right. I don't think that the Browns would be a bad fit.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Vegas.
I don't think so either.
Vegas.
I don't think that's going to happen at all.
I wouldn't. I mean, me being a Raiders fan, I don't want him there. I'm not going to say I don't want him there. I don't want him. I'm not going to say that. I don't want him there for giving up an already procured player. Now, Atlanta said they're willing to take a first-round pick for him. So if they're willing to take a first-round pick, let's give them 20-something, but not to give up Henry Ruggs or Brian Edwards. Let's let them develop. They had one season. Let's let them develop.
No, I'm with you on that. You're thinking future.
Right.
I think, as far as competing now, I think his best bet would be 49ers or Ravens.
That's a good.
Of course, good ones. The Browns, you're going to compete now as well, but I just don't. I don't think we already got ODB. Odell Beckham Jr.
Right.
We still got Landry. And the guy that stepped up, can't think of his name right now. The guy that stepped up when Odell Beckham Jr. went out. Who was that? He did all right. So I mean, I'm cool with our receiving core right now. But I think the Ravens or the 49ers would be a good.
Those are good. Yep. Those are good picks. Do you what if Odell comes back and is the what's the word I'm looking for?
Prima donna.
Not that, but yeah, that as well. What if he causes the same issues he caused before injury last year? Is what I'm getting at, like with the Baker forcing him the ball, and
I don't think he can, for a couple reasons. He's getting older. He's had too many seasons where he hasn't been a top receiver because of injuries, because of being, in the wrong situation. He can't afford to not have a good season. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he already saw, okay, without me last year, they made it this far. So that brings his value down. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be different if we didn't make the playoffs last year. And, he could be like, well, they didn't make the playoffs when I wasn't there. He can't say any of that. So I feel like he has to perform. Right. He has to perform. Personally, he definitely has to perform because he's had too many years.
You're a rookie again.
Not having those stats like we seen when he was with the Giants.
Yeah, you're a rookie again. You got to try out for your spot.
Well, I don't think he has to do. I'm not going to take it that far.
No, he got to try. He got to try out to keep it for sure.
But it's just not a given. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, he just can't. He can't fall back on. Well, in 2000 and he probably ain't had a good season since.
What you done lately?
18.
Right.
So we getting up there. And I think that they had more time together. So I think that that's going to be a plus too. They have the entire
excuse me.
Off season.
Who you mean?
Him and Baker.
Oh, okay.
Have more, have more time together to get it right, to get they flow and understand what the other person can do.
Right. I hope so. I'm a fan of Odell Beckham Jr. too, so I would like to see him. I would like to see him succeed out there. And he's too good of a player not to have on the field.
Right.
You gotta have him on the field, and that's not when I meant like you gotta try out for your spot. I didn't mean that you don't put him out on the field. I meant that you're Cam Newton at that point. We'll pull you quick if you start fucking up. You see what we did without you. Now we don't. Right. You're not hurting us if we take you off this field.
Right.
So, in that sense, but he said, Les said Ravens made some good draft choices. Ravens to make playoffs and go to the second round. Well, didn't they do that last year?
Well, yeah, didn't they do that the past couple of years?
Yeah, they just didn't get past. They can't get past. It seems like that's right. It seems like that's the spot they can't get past.
We know they more than likely gonna make the playoffs.
Right.
That's why Julio would be a good fit. Were they saying that's where Julio should go?
Is that one of them that they said, Malk? I didn't see where they said he should go.
No, I didn't see Baltimore. I saw Cleveland and 49ers. I think I might have seen the Raiders.
I really hope not.
Or Jets or something. I don't remember.
Man, he's not going to the Jets. I think he will retire before he goes to the Jets.
No, it wasn't the Eagles. I saw some dumbass team though, but I thought it was green and white.
Right, that's what I was thinking too.
But they again they said they don't want to offload him in the NFC. They would prefer to do the AFC. But it don't matter. It comes down to what you offering, and I feel like the Eagles could and the Jets could offer you some decent picks in the future. I did see the Patriots.
49ers.
I did see the Patriots.
The Browns is what I had seen.
I did see the Patriots.
And I definitely could see the Patriots, that being a thing. Because, Belichick and
listen, we all know Mac Jones overthrows a motherfucker like Derek Carr. So who better than Julio Jones to run up under that bitch to catch it. Right. Oh, I forgot when we was talking about Tebow. Did y'all hear about Brandon Jacobs?
The old running back from the Giants back in the day?
He said, if y'all gonna give Tim Tebow a shot to come back at tight end, give me a shot to come back at defensive end. He said, I know I'm more athletic than that motherfucker. But the dude, who was it?
He's 38. Hell no.
He ain't that old, is he?
Brandon Jacobs was born July 6, 1982. He's 38 years old.
Is he that old?
82? Let me say something about that. I don't feel like that's, I mean, you guys can chime in and let me know if I'm wrong, but is that a good comparison? If you play defensive end and somebody is coming in to play tight end that's younger than you, what are you saying? Right. I don't need you to be more athletic than him. You know what I'm saying? I need you to be more athletic than my starting defensive end.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I think that, I'm going to just say, I didn't know that he was that old. Because Brandon Jacobs, I didn't think would have been a bad fit for that. You got to think he was big at running back. He was like, what, 6'3", 260, 6'4", 260? Yeah. And think it's a lot of DNs that's that size right now, smaller than that. And he got running back feet. You know what I mean?
6'4", 264.
Listen, 6'4", 264. That sounds good, but
38's the issue. That's when we get into that Terrell Pryor, where it's like, are you talented enough to, at that age, to come back?
You ain't been.
There has to be some benefit for the organization, like we talked about before. Tebow's coming in already the number one selling jersey.
Well, that's just Tebow that's just Tebow being Tebow.
But I'm saying, even if he doesn't play, that's still a bonus for the organization, because there's people that's going to come out just to see if he does play. Nobody's going to care. I mean, most people won't care if Jacobs
Brandon
is there.
Jacobs at a tight end spot, or a defensive end spot.
Man, he ain't going to stir up no real conversation. He's not going to be the number one selling jersey anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we got Brandon Jacobs coming in at DN. He's gonna be. I don't think he would stir up that type of emotion out of people. You know, like I said,
let him come back to New York and see if that jersey don't go up.
I don't think it will.
Let him come back to New York or Philly and see if that jersey sale shit don't go up.
I think anywhere Tebow goes, his jersey would sell, would be one of the top selling jerseys.
Right. I think we talked about that last week. Yeah, I guess that is a plus for the franchise.
Right.
Because even if you don't step on the fucking field, we still making money off your jersey.
Still a profit.
Yeah. And like they said, the coach said it. He said, listen, Tebow fighting to make this team with 90 other players. He ain't guaranteed yet.
Oh, yeah.
Nor should he be. So maybe that's where that over-under comes in. Like, maybe the over-under comes in, does he even make the team? And even if he makes the team, does he play?
You think
I think that if he makes the team, I think they're going to slide him out there at least once.
I think so, too. And I think he gets 2.5. That's gotta get. You have to get 3, really. But
I'm giving him 3 if he plays.
I'm giving him 3.
If he plays, I'm giving him 3 for sure.
I'm giving him 3. Okay. Last thing on the football that I got, unless y'all got something else. And this is gonna be a general question, but Colin Cowherd. He was saying
the sports show.
Yeah, from ESPN. He was saying that. That's exactly what he was saying it on too. He said that he heard. He didn't say this, but he heard somebody close to the team or whoever the players say that they think Justin Herbert may pull back this year due to never having played in a stadium with fans in it. Do y'all agree that, like, now I can understand it from a quarterback position why you would say that, because fans could affect your snap count or, you know, players can't hear, things like that. But do you think it really affects his stats like that?
Nah, I think people pushing. I think they're pushing it on that. I think that he will continue to be what he was last year. I don't know. I mean, I would have to hear from different quarterbacks, like how much did the fan noise and et cetera, mess with your game?
Well, they talk about it in college all the time, so I can only imagine an NFL stadium being bigger than that. Having, like they say, the Seahawks, that's the 12th man. That stadium.
Yeah, no. I did hear about the Seahawks having a stadium where it's hard to win in there.
Right, because they in a dome, ain't they?
I don't think they're in a dome.
They ain't in a dome?
I don't think they're in a dome.
Oh, it just must be how it's built.
Or it's for track.
Yeah, how it's built, it get crazy in there.
Right. But, I mean, I can see it being a point. I can see it being a point of emphasis, right? But for certain people, I don't see it affecting them. The quarterback position, yes, a little bit more. I can see Justin Herbert so much. I don't know. I do think that he's the real deal. I thought he was even in Oregon. I actually wanted the Raiders to pick him up the year he came out with Haskins and them, and was furious that they didn't. But
you said you was furious?
I was furious. I thought and then when they passed on him, I was like, at least get Haskins passed on him. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, what are y'all doing? We're keeping Carr.
Yeah, I'm surprised they still riding with Carr. Man. I'm very surprised that they're still riding with Carr.
Last year, though, to be honest, like, I'm not a fan of Carr, but he definitely did not have a bad.
He hadn't had an awful season since that year Marshawn Lynch came back.
And I don't think you can put all the blame on him, too. I think your defense has to play better. I think your play calling has to be better. Decision making.
I agree.
I don't think it all rides on
he's
Carr.
just inconsistent as a whole. You know what I mean? Like, beyond the play calling, you're inconsistent. Like, if I see you overthrow another streak and you've been in the league for fucking 6-7 years, why are you still overthrowing streaks, my G? You're supposed to be a veteran at this point.
He came through with that magic too.
I just don't get it.
His timing with his receivers.
You said scary?
Receivers.
Yep. After his injury, I mean, you follow him more closely than I do, but after he got injured, did his game change? You know what I'm saying? Point. Like he came out with so much magic his rookie season, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, oh man, he's that guy.
We thought. That could be. Look, dot connecting. She's the dot connector. Aaron gonna be mad. You stealing his name. The dot, that might be right though. I don't like it. But Herbert, I don't see that affecting him so much. I could see it. Okay, so here's my next question in regards to that. The newbies, the rookies that are coming in, the Justin Fields, the Trevor Lawrence, the Zach Wilsons, are they at a benefit for coming directly into a fan field stadium, or could it? I mean, I guess I could see how they feel that way, knowing that he's only played in the NFL with no stadium. Or with no fans in the stadium. Like, you've been in the league 2 years now, and you've had no fans either time.
I mean, I think it's going to be a slight disadvantage, but I think that this is the type of guy, he's going to adjust. I don't think it's going to be like crippling to him to the point where his stats are going to just really fall off. You know, those first couple of games, especially depending on where he is, and the stadium gets real loud, there might be some trickery in there where he can't hear and can't make his adjustments. But like I said, he seems like he's the real deal, so I think that he will eventually get the hang of things. And I'm sure he's thinking, and I'm sure he went into it thinking like, I'm not going to get comfortable with this. I know this is not going to be a typical game situation.
Right.
Us playing with hardly any fans in the stands.
Right.
And there's a preseason too. You'll have the preseason to get acclimated to the fan noise. I'm sure in practice they're gonna do, right? Scenarios where it's loud.
But do you want to? But do you want to play him too much in the preseason? That's your guy.
I mean, no, but you gotta warm him up. You gotta warm up.
Yeah, you gotta warm. Of course, you gotta warm him up. But
you gotta play a series or two.
Are those warm ups gonna be enough for him to get acclimated to fan noise?
Well, whether you're in the game or on the sidelines, you still gotta hear fans.
It's different when you're taking a snap.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. But I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of these guys, if they're focusing up, they just block it out. You know what I mean? Like, y'all ever been somewhere where it's loud and you're in the zone and you're like,
right? But you gotta think in this shotgun defense, you back behind your center, probably a good 4 yards. It gets hard to yell when everybody's loud.
But they're gonna practice. That's what I'm saying. They're gonna practice that though. They're gonna do those scenarios in practice. They're gonna have loud music or audio of loud fan. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna practice. You know what I'm saying?
I would imagine.
You know what I mean? They're not gonna just throw them into the fire like, oh, we didn't even train you for this. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, I don't think it's gonna impact him too much.
Okay. Well, that was the last I have for any football. Do y'all have anything that y'all heard or would like to speak on in reference to the NFL? And then we can move on if y'all want to talk NBA. And then tonight is fight night.
Not anything. I don't think I've seen anything else too much NFL wise.
Nah, not too much on the NFL right now. You know, everything's NBA playoff.
Right.
So.
Right.
What y'all think about Miami getting swept?
Called it. You
called it?
He ain't call it.
Jot it down.
He ain't call it.
When you called it?
I called it this past Wednesday. What I say? I said.
Oh no, yeah,
you
did.
You
did. Yeah,
you can't call it 3 games in.
Nah, but he had. Was it you or was it Aaron that had Milwaukee winning?
Aaron, I think Aaron had Milwaukee. It's the first time. No, the first time me and Aaron both had Milwaukee winning. But then when we did it this past Wednesday, I said, "Yeah, Cliff." I said,
I got it in here."
Right, I'm pretty sure.
Nah, nigga, you had Heat in 6 with
winning
me.
1. I had the Heat winning 1. Right? I had the Heat in 6.
Yeah, when we first before the playoffs started, and then Wednesday you might have switched it up. Aaron had Bucks in 7.
Bucks in 7. I definitely wasn't thinking Bucks in 4.
Yeah, no, I wasn't either.
I wasn't thinking that at all. I don't even.
Your boy stepped up. What's the little light skinned nigga's name?
Chris Middleton? Not Chris.
Nah. Middleton ain't.
Damn, I can't think of his name. Not.
Is it the one
for the Bucks? I can't think of no. I don't know why I can't think of nobody light skinned right now.
Like it's not like. I can't think of his fucking name. He like a guard though. He been bussing. Like he been knocked down from 3. It's like Doyle or not Doyle or.
I know you're talking about. It's like starts with a D or something.
Yeah.
Let me see.
He a light skinned guard.
I'm gonna look up the roster.
I don't know. I just wasn't expecting that. That's for sure. I don't even. I think the thing that's kind of throwing me off is the fall off. You know what I'm saying? Like, was it the bubble?
Right.
Yeah, the fall off of the Heat. Was it being in that bubble? Is it that much different than playing this year? Like, I wasn't expecting them to not even put up a fight. Like, you go from going to the Eastern Conference Finals to, I'm sorry, the finals.
No, the finals.
the finals to not being able to win 1 game in the first round of the playoffs.
I kind of feel like that was a fluke win, though. They was in the Eastern Conference Finals with the Celtics, wasn't they?
Was it the Celtics or was it the Bucks?
Oh no, it was the Bucks. It was the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
They were in the Eastern Conference Finals with the Bucks. You are right.
So then my whole thing is like, I need to see how this plays out because I wasn't expecting that. So that actually has me looking at things a little differently. Like, okay, you know, I believe in the Lakers. I want the Lakers to go all the way for sure. But it's just like, all right, well, everybody said that the bubble was harder. It was harder to win in the bubble.
Right.
But now I'm like, was it harder to win in the bubble? You get what I'm saying?
No, I get exactly what you said. Maybe it comes down to what's the word I'm looking for? Like cohesion, like the team being together. Because you got to think Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, they was real fucking close.
Back in don't they got Oladipo? Days. Oh well, they added Oladipo, right?
Yeah, they did. He ain't been.
I think he's hurt.
That's a good ad. You know what I'm saying?
If he's like healthy, Oladipo
is a ball.
Yeah, but if he only play 8 games a season,
he's always hurt.
But I'm just saying that's a good
that is ad a good
for the Heat. You know, especially come playoff time. So again, I'm never going to discredit the Lakers and LeBron, but was the bubble a fluke?
That's a good question.
Was the bubble a fluke?
That's a good question because what you got, Mal? It doesn't. It seems.
I was gonna say I don't know because everybody's going through a lot of mental toughness. You know, you're away from your family, you're isolated. I mean, it wasn't the same. You don't got the celebrities in the front row, Spike Lee and everybody. You know, chanting for you or chanting against you. I mean, really, it was boys versus men. I feel like mentality wise last year in the bubble.
But you gotta think how young the Heat was, aside from Jimmy Butler.
But they still made it that far though. You know what I'm saying? They still beat everybody. They still beat the veterans. They still beat the Giannis's. They still beat. You know what I'm saying? You got to give them their dues. I mean, they made it to the finals for a reason.
So how did they?
Then what is the issue?
Right. So how did they get swept this year? Like what's so different?
Because I mean, y'all's chemistry wasn't as strong as last year. Y'all been fucking off. Y'all ain't playing the same ball.
You are right. Because right after all that bubble shit, that's when Tyler Hero started doing his rap shit and getting with all the IG models and.
Yeah, bro, you're Miami.
And that might have threw everybody off. Like, well, wait a minute. I thought we was focused, and now
you weren't focused, right?
Now we gotta go with paste instead of copy. We gotta go with Duncan Robinson now.
You took it for granted.
So are you guys saying that Miami players can't handle the Miami life and basketball?
I think it takes a certain kind of player to be in Miami. I do.
If more of them had that Jimmy Butler mentality, I think they could play some consistent, tough basketball. But when you got the Jimmy Butler mentality, which is very different than a lot of other players,
Miami.
Perfect. You got the Tyler Heroes, like Cliff said, hanging with Jack Harlow and difference of Bam and all them guys, young and just.
I think Bam's perfect for Miami too.
I think he is too, but you know, again, you're still in Miami. You're still young and you rich.
Right.
You know, what are you doing? You really focused on ball 24/7.
That's a tough place to play when being young with money.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough, and the fact is that might even give them more peace for that even in the bubble because that was a very young squad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they was in Orlando in the bubble, so maybe that's why they was able to focus.
Right.
But
I didn't think about that.
But I was also thinking too, like one of the things that's kind of been going around, you know, the media is this is a good year that is clearly showing a shift in some new guys in town. You know, the young guys are stepping up and they're you know, I don't want to say that they're taking over, but you know, there's definitely a shift. Yeah. There's a shift in who the stars are. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, the Clippers. The Clippers is getting worked. You know, like they're out here getting worked. And traditionally, if you throw out the names Kawhi, Paul George, Pat Beverly, these are going to be names that you're going to be like, oh, they're going to get some wins.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Traditionally, these are the big dogs, especially with Kawhi is one of the best players in the league. But like I said, I think you're starting to, in the past.
Kawhi, you don't think he is?
Cliff, and you can vouch for this. Who's been my guy? I used to yell. We know each other for what, 7 years now, almost 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember who I used to scream for the longest? You remember? I was like, man, even LeBron can't mess with him. He shouldn't. Kawhi.
Don't say nobody crazy.
Okay. No. I'm about to call facts, Brittany. Cliff will tell you. I'm about to put out some facts. Kawhi was the LeBron stopper for years. A couple of years ago, Kawhi was. You could not mess with Kawhi. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I was a bandwagon Kawhi fan. Like I thought Kawhi was the truth.
Yeah, he won me over.
You know, right. Brittany, I got Cliff to even start giving Kawhi P's like he's not, he all right. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, to me, he's always been all right, especially when he played with the Spurs. Now, when you talk about being a stopper, he was a stopper.
Yeah.
He could defensively he could stop LeBron, and defensively he could stop KD. If it wasn't for that injury, they probably would have. They were tearing the Golden State up.
I think Kawhi's a great player. I just feel like ever since he came to Los Angeles, I feel like he's just not been the Kawhi that he could be. Like he wasn't
that he was before.
Because he made a bad decision.
He did, man. He just
because he made a bad decision, and that's what. And I feel like that's what it is. Once you that takes the wind out of your sails when you know you fucked up.
What do you feel like his bad decision was? Going to the Clippers?
Yeah, instead of going to the Lakers.
Yeah. Right. See, you know what? Again. Ego. I know it's a lot of it in the NBA and in professional sports. You got these really talented athletes making all this money, but people want to be Batman. They don't want to be Robin. And in this day and age, you have to have a Batman and Robin and shit, maybe even Catwoman or to win a championship. Like you just can't get it done solo anymore. So that's out of the question. So with that being said,
he pulled a
that
Kyrie.
Brings me
Kawhi.
Yeah,
Kawhi pulled a Kyrie. He wanted to be on his own. He was like, I could do it on my own. I did it in Toronto. Let me do it.
That's what I was gonna say. Kawhi comes off as a beta male, as you would say, Cliff, to me, but really he wants to be an alpha. I think that's a problem. That's why he didn't play with LeBron. Well, LeBron's gonna run the show. It's gonna be LeBron's team.
He's
you know what I'm saying?
He's what's the best word? It's not that I wouldn't say beta male. I would say he's the we said it on Wednesday. I can't remember the word I used.
Like he wants to be the boss, but he doesn't want to get blamed as being the boss when they don't play well. That's how I look at him.
I just think that's why I say it would have been so much better for him to go in LA with LeBron, because their games are oppositely similar. Like they have opposite games, but they're very similar in a way that you can guarantee in the clutch, Kawhi's going to show up. He's going to show up.
Right.
Don't matter if he's not feeling well, if he's hurt, he's going to show up. Same with LeBron. He's going to show up. So if you rotate them kind of like they were doing in Brooklyn, like don't play them the same. They can play on their own with Caldwell Pope and them. Like just let them run the team. You'll get wins, and then when playoffs come, play them a bit together, separate them in the quarters when they're hot. There's no way you're stopping that. A Kawhi and a LeBron over AD and LeBron. There's no way you're stopping that.
Listen,
right.
I mean, of course, but again, this is about ego.
Right.
This is not about, especially after you already get a ring. There was nothing anybody could tell that man, I'm sure. He already got the ring without.
He was going to LA Clippers and winning one. He knew it. Yeah, and PG coming. Oh yeah, we get one.
Bring me Paul George. I can get it done with him.
He said, Paul George coming.
We gonna win.
Right.
Why just so awkward, man?
And see, that's
he just made a bad decision.
No. I mean, that's cool. But like I said, the best thing for them to do right now is to scrape that team. And I put it on my social media, scrape the Clippers. You can keep Kawhi. You got to rebuild around him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, scrape it. I'm getting rid of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be my mentality.
Ooh, perfect person to ask. So PG stats. He ain't been doing bad this year. Right around a 24 point something average.
Mm-hmm.
Is he back to playoff P?
No. Here's my thing. I'm a different type of, if I'm putting a team together, I'm a different type of person because I need people that's going to get the job done. Right. So with that being said,
that's what Mock said.
I just don't see him getting the job done. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm bringing you in as my number 2. You're supposed to be the Scottie Pippen of the team.
Oh, it's North Philly out there.
I don't know what it is about this street. I don't even know why people Anyway, you're supposed to be the Scottie Pippen of the team, and I'm not getting that vibe from him anymore. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, to me, no. You gotta. I don't know. I don't feel like he shows up enough.
Right.
In certain instances, I need him to be the Paul George that can D somebody up. I ain't seen it.
Yeah,
I have not seen it.
I know what you mean when you say that.
Like, you have to be able to do that in order for us to make a deep run into the playoffs. And
he ain't been doing that since Indy.
That's what I'm saying.
Early
like, I have to see that. I got to see that Paul George in order for me to feel comfortable with him remaining on the team. But to be honest, if I'm the GM of the Clippers, he's gone. I'm bringing in somebody else. I'm bringing in some other players.
Right.
If I'm able to.
Right.
You know, contracts and everything like that.
Yeah, no,
he's out of there.
Yeah, well, I guess we feel that we hold the same sentiment on that. Well, let's move in and we'll get into fight night shit, and then we'll get wrapped up here shortly. First and foremost, I want to congrats to Josh Taylor. I know we touched on him last Saturday. He had that fight against Jose Ramirez. He won unanimous decision. He's now undisputed at 140 with Terrence Crawford. Both of them did it. So Josh Taylor says now he's willing to move up to 147 to fight Terrence Crawford to see who's the real undisputed overall. I think this could be a good fight. I really do. Josh Taylor's a big 140 pounder, so I think that he'll fit into 147 very well. Like I said last week, he's a slick white boy, so I could see him giving Terrence Crawford a little bit of problems. Still see Terrence Crawford getting the win, and then I see people talking shit, saying Terrence Crawford's still fighting people smaller than him or not stepping up and fighting the people he's supposed to fight. So either way, I feel like that's a lose-lose for Terrence. He's not going to take that fight. He also lost out on the Manny Pacquiao fight, as we talked about last week. He didn't want to take 80-20. You know who did want to take 80-20?
Who?
Errol Spence. The 2-belt champion, the guy at welterweight, said, fuck it. Even if Manny doesn't have a belt, I'll take that fight at 80-20. I'll fight a legend.
Yeah, because when's the last time Pacquiao fought?
He's almost been out for 2 years. It's been like a year, more than a year and a half. His last fight was against Keith Thurman. He beat Keith Thurman.
So that's 20% of the pot is going to him.
Right. No, 80% of the pot is going to Manny. 20 is going to Errol.
Yeah, that's what I meant. 20 is going to him. So my thing is, how much is the pot supposed to be?
It's going to be a big pot if it's Manny. And Errol Spence is the first fighter to fight. I think this will be his 5th consecutive pay-per-view.
Okay.
So he generates numbers in himself. Not Mayweather numbers, of course, but he generates enough numbers in himself that I feel like that's why I think this is Manny's retirement fight. Because he like, who can I grab the most cash off of? And go out? Errol Spence would be your guy.
You think he's going out?
Yeah, I think Manny's because after this. I don't think he wants to be. I think Errol Spence is going to retire him.
Okay, I was going to say, if he wins, I think he's going to come back for more.
Oh, no, if he wins, of course he's coming back for more. I just don't see him winning.
Okay.
Errol Spence is too big for him. Errol Spence walks around close to 200. He walks around outside of fights at like 185, 190, and he drops down to 147. He's
dropping down from 200 to 147?
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah.
190 is a push, but he walks around easy at 185, 187. And he drops down to 147. So imagine they have to put a rehydration clause in on this fight saying that he can't rehydrate more than 10 pounds. Because then he'll be back in at 157 on fight night. You know what I mean? And now Manny got to fight a dude that's 2 weight classes heavier than him.
Right.
Manny's not going to want that. That'll hurt a man like Manny. So they're going to have a rehydration clause in that contract, or it's going to be a problem. Manny Pacquiao is what, 5'6", 100. Now he's a big dude too. He walks around pretty heavy too. But
who, Pac?
Yeah, he walks around high 170s, almost 180.
Does he? Because when he fought Mayweather, what'd they fight at? 140?
They fought at, I don't think it was welter. It might have been 140. It might have been 147. It was either 140 or 147.
Maybe even less than that.
Well, I think Mayweather retired at 147, so that's probably where that fight took place at. Because he fought Andre Berto at 147.
Okay. Well, that actually sounds like an interesting fight that I would want to see, especially because I didn't know the weight difference. Like, I didn't know he was going to, lose that much weight.
All that shit makes it, that's what people don't understand is some fighters, some fighters have come in 12 to 15 pounds over in rehydration. Because you weigh in 24 hours before your fight. So once you weigh in, you can eat whatever the fuck you want to eat. And when even gaining that water weight back, you're going to gain about a good 3 to 5 pounds if you really dehydrated yourself. So that 3 to 5 plus the weight you put on from eating now that you're good, you can put on a good 8 to 12 pounds if you cut that much weight.
Right.
But if you're only cutting 10 pounds, you'll probably put on 3 pounds before, fight night. But you cutting 40 pounds, you might be able to put on 15 pounds by fight night. And you're fighting a guy who's naturally little.
Right.
And he's never had a problem missing weight. That's what's amazing. He's never had a problem missing weight, being that big. And he's 31. You know how hard it is to lose weight? Like
that? Listen, I'm trying to lose 10 pounds now.
Listen,
somebody talking about losing 40. I'm like, God damn.
That might be the move, Cliff. That's what I need to do next.
I'm about to get a bike because I can't run. My knee, I can't. The impact of me landing on my knee over and over again running, I can't do that. So I got to get a bike to get my cardio up and get this weight off.
But yes. Nah, that's definitely an art, and it seems stressful on the body.
Man.
Dropping all that weight in a certain amount of time and then taking on a fight.
Then sparring after. Oh, my gosh. And then the coach I used to make us run 4 miles and then do our push-ups and sit-ups and then get in the ring with fresh fighters. So we were tired when I used to hate that shit.
Hey, but that's what makes you mentally tough, though. Like, that's the stuff you need that makes you mentally tough. Like, I know, I can take on anything. I know I ain't gonna be tired. You know what I'm saying?
You feel like your heart about to blow up and somebody tagging you over and over again with fresh legs. You like, I can't hit this motherfucker. That make you want to just throw your gloves off. Like, fuck it.
Like, I'm done.
That's what you got to do to be the best.
I've been close to that.
That's what you gotta do.
But tonight, no, go ahead. What you got?
No, I was gonna say, I don't know if we were actually deciding like who, or we were gonna wait until the time actually came. I guess we just wait as far as like who we thought was gonna win. Win the fight.
I say Errol retires Manny. I say he retires him. I don't think he knocks him out, but I do think he retires him. Like, I think because they say Errol Spence is the best body puncher since Marvin Hagler. And for him to be as big as he is, hitting on Manny's old ass, I don't think that his recovery is going to happen as quick as he thinks. Think it took 2 years you fighting Keith Thurman, and now you're fighting an absolute demolition man. I feel like if you do fight again, it's going to be on my next fight's in 2 more years, and then I'm done. But by that time, Manny's going to be 45. I think he's like 40. He's either 41 or 43.
That's a hard call. So I'm not gonna. I have no comment on that as far as like what the next fight will be after that fight. But we'll see what happens. Let me ask you this: when's the last time Spence fought?
He had a nice little layoff too. He fought Sean Porter, about a year ago.
He won?
Yeah, he's undefeated.
Knockout decision?
No, that was a decision. Ain't nobody knocking out Sean Porter.
Okay.
Sean Porter, the little nigga from Cleveland, he's a dog. Listen, nobody knocking Sean Porter out. That's a fact.
So let me just go the opposite of Cliff on this one, even though we got some time before it actually comes, and I might change my mind. I'm gonna go with Pac.
There have been people. There have been actual fighters that have gone with saying Pac still got a lot left in him, and I do think he does have a lot left in him. I just think this is a big man to be going against on your last fight. He'd have been better off with Terrence. He'd have been better off with Terrence Crawford.
He's seen something that made him think I can beat this dude.
Yeah, no, I love Errol Spence, but I think he's beatable. I think he is beatable. He gets hit a lot. He just doesn't really get affected by the shots he gets hit with.
Okay.
He's never been wobbled, never been dropped. I've seen him get hurt once, but it wasn't like a hurt. You just seen it dazed him, like, oh shit, I got hit that time. But yeah, he's never been wobbled or anything. That's who they saying they want him against Canelo Alvarez. But he'll have to go up two weight classes to get to him. But he's heavy enough already. Right. He said he would. He said he would meet him at 160.
Okay.
And speaking of Canelo Alvarez, he agreed to fight the other dude we was talking about, Caleb Plant. That'll be a unification, I believe. No, I think there's one more bet out there. Demetrius Andre has one. But if he gets this Caleb Plant fight, he'll only have one more belt to get, and he'll undispute the 160 weight class. Or are they at 168? They're either at 160 or 168. They may be at 168. But yeah, this is what we were saying. Canelo ain't really been fighting nobody like that. He's starting to pick it up. He even said after this he wants to fight Charlo. So I can only applaud Canelo for that. That's taking the tough fights everybody thought he was going to avoid. So King Canelo all the way. He's still my favorite fighter right now.
I would love to see that Charlo Canelo. I would love to see that.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. That'd be a good one.
I would love to see that.
I'm still edging it to Canelo, but that would be a good one.
So Charlo's what we doing next? I was gonna say, what we doing? So is it a real fight next week or what? Are we considering that a real fight next weekend?
With Mayweather Logan.
Oh, is that next weekend?
Yeah.
Or is that?
No, it's next weekend. It's the 6th, 5th or the 6th, whichever one's Sunday. The 5th is Teofimo Lopez and Kambosos. That's gonna be a great fight. That's gonna be a great fight. The 5th is whichever one Saturday is. I don't know if it's the 5th or the 6th. That's gonna be a great fight.
Next Saturday's the 5th.
Okay, so the 5th is Teofimo and Kambosos, and then that's why Mayweather chose to do his on Sunday because he didn't want to compete with that fight because that fight's gonna be a good one. Respect. Listen, anytime Mayweather move a fight to Sunday, that gotta be a good fight. He ain't want to go up against.
I can't remember last time I seen a fight on Sunday.
I don't want to say this might be the first, but this is definitely the first pay-per-view, I imagine.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a pay-per-view on Sunday. But yeah, no, I wouldn't know. We can't consider it a real fight because it's an exhibition, but I bet both of them feel like it is. I think Mayweather gets caught one time.
No. I mean, what Mike Tyson say?
Not like no heavy boy, but I think he gets caught, whether it be to the body or something. He gonna feel one.
Hell no. I don't think this dude is good enough to really catch him. If Mayweather get hit, I think it's gonna be strictly because for entertainment purposes. Yeah, that's like what Mike Tyson.
That's what I'm saying. I can see him shelling up and trying to walk him down, and I can see him catching one, whether it be to the body. I don't see him getting hit in the head, but I can see him catching one to the body, shelling up, trying to walk him down. That's a big
I'm gonna
boy.
be honest. If it wasn't for entertainment, like this is a title fight,
he don't hit him one time.
I don't think he would hit him one time.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I
don't think he would hit him one time.
I think he hits him next week. I don't think Mayweather's going to take it as serious as a title fight. You know what I mean? Like how he did with Conor. Now, I know that they say he allegedly didn't train for that Conor McGregor fight. But I feel like he had more respect for Conor than he did Logan. But what I also will say is I feel like this is the mission, though, right? To get Jake. So I feel like he has to punish Logan a little bit to get Jake's attention.
Can they knock each other out?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So there's not no knockout clause in there. Then I mean, shit, I can't remember last time Floyd actually knocked somebody out. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he got the knockout on him. And that's gonna build for the story. That's for the storyline of I knocked your brother out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm about to do to you. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he got the knockout on him.
Floyd gonna come out with "I got your brother" hats. I got your brother. Right. You got my hat. I got your brother. And it's gonna be a Manny Pacquiao face down meme on the hat.
Yeah, I'm willing to put $1 on a Floyd knockout, which we ain't seen in a while.
I wouldn't be against that either. I wouldn't be against that. But lastly, tonight is fight night. Very good fight, I will say. Devin the Dream Haney, one of the youngest world champions we have.
Yeah, Haney, okay.
Yeah, he's the only one stopping Teofimo Lopez from being undisputed. And they're supposed to be fighting next, assuming Teofimo Lopez beats Kambosos and Devin Haney beats Jorge Linares tonight. So I know, Britt, you're not as familiar, so I'll go over.
Right.
Devin Haney. So there were two fighters that came out back in, when was the Olympics? When was the last Olympics?
Shoot, we get ready to have another one soon. So what? 2000 and was it 2016? Was it one in 16? 20? So 2020, right?
2000.
Nah, it wasn't. Yeah, I think it was 16 because it wasn't as we skipped some because of COVID and all that. Like they pushed it off because we were supposed to have. I think we were supposed to have one in 20 that didn't happen, and they pushed it off to. Now it's happening in 22, right? Yeah, I think it's 22 because we're doing the qualifiers 16, for the track because that girl with the blue hair is qualifying now as we speak.
Fast as
fuck.
Oh yeah, I seen her clips. But did we actually skip?
I think we skipped a year or so. I could be wrong, but it
would have been 20 then, right? Right, 20 COVID.
20
that would have been the only.
Yeah, that should have been when we did it.
Because if we did it 16, and then it should have been. If we did it in 2016, then it should have been 20.
Right. But I think it was 16. That Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney were both on the same level of expertise, I guess you could say. Devin Haney was a half a year younger than Shakur Stevenson, so he didn't get to Olympic qualify because he was too young. So Shakur Stevenson went on to the Olympics. He got silver medal. Devin Haney went on to Mexico and took the Canelo Alvarez route and went pro at, I think, 16. Yeah, he went pro at 16. He racked up, I think, 14 fights in a year and a half from 16 to 18 when he could go pro. And then when he went pro, he's been killing shit ever since. Now he got the WBC World Championship. He's 25-0, 15 knockouts. He's fighting Jorge Linares. He's a old guy. He's like a Pacquiao. He's 35 years old. Not like a Pacquiao. Not like a Pacquiao. Pacquiao can't be, you can't compare. But he's 35 years old. I think he's a 3 or 4 time champ though. Like he's not a hoe. And this is Haney's step up fight, I guess you could say. So this is gonna be a good one. This is definitely going to be
When's that fight taking place?
Tonight.
Oh, that's happening tonight too?
Yep, pay-per-view tonight. I don't know what it's on though. I want to say DAZN.
HBO got it?
Nah, you only gonna be able to find that on DAZN, and I think even if you got the DAZN subscription, like that little because they got like a $15 a month subscription, I think this is still like a pay on top of that. Like you probably gonna have to pay an additional like $40 on top of your subscription to get this fight.
To get the fight.
That's the whole reason why I haven't downloaded DAZN. But hopefully our views go up. I'll download all that shit and I'll keep track of everything. But until then, YouTube for me. But this fight, Haney's not a knockout artist, but he's the closest to Mayweather we have right now. Like when I mean purely technical, does not make mistakes, won't see him get hit too many times. He's amazing for somebody that watches fighting. For a casual fan, might not like a Haney fight. You'll see a lot of blows. They're just not heavy blows. They're just not oohs. You know what I mean? They're just like, oh shit, he tagging his ass. You know what I mean? But he's a great fighter. He's one of the greatest we got right now. So I would buy it. I just
as somebody that's 35 years old, body just can't take it like that anymore. Right. So if this is a younger guy, I think I'm gonna have to go with the young buck. Not saying that youth is everything, but I'm feeling this 35 for sure.
Listen, I know what you mean, baby. I told Malk, and I was drunk. I'm not gonna lie. I slipped on this. I got this piece of wood that blocks my sidewalk from my porch, and I slipped on the wood. It was wet, and I landed on the corner of my porch with my chest. Listen, I feel like I know for a fact I got some cracked ribs. It hurts to breathe, but I'm not taking that hospital bill.
Man, listen, my back hurt every day. Listen, no matter what.
I know that old getting old and taking. Now, I ain't never took no blow like that. That was a new blow for me. I thought I was dead when I landed. I said, am I still here off of that one? But I know how it. That's what I meant about the recovery for Pacquiao. You can take the punishment. And trust, when that adrenaline wears off, you're going to be feeling it. But it's about how long it takes for you to recover afterwards. During, it's not a problem. You never know how hurt you are until someone sits you down and shows you, or that bell rings and you're like, it's over. And then you start sitting down and you're like, what the fuck? Right. My face, my head,
Reality hits.
Right.
Yeah.
So
let me ask you this: as somebody that boxes, though, is that one of those things where you feel like you feel it the most the next day, or immediately after the?
No, it's the next day. Now you feel shit immediately, but you don't know what all's hurt until you wake up the next morning. Like like they hit you in your nose and your nose is sore, your eye is sore, but when you wake up the next morning, you're like, oh, my ribs and my
right.
I didn't know he even hit me there. What the fuck?
Right.
It's rough. Listen, I fought a tough man that one time. I had to call off work the next day.
Oh yeah, you should have did that anyway. What made you think you was about to just stroll into work? Because
I thought I still had it, baby. I thought I still had it. I thought I was gonna make a quick 1,500 and stroll my black ass into work. But that was when I had to fight 185 with my little ass. That's what fucked me up. That's probably why I was so sore taking blows from them big boys.
Which you well,
I was 162 at the time, but I meant to.
I know you was talking about doing it again though.
Yeah, I am. I think I'm gonna do it this year coming up.
What you trying to go in as? What weight?
I'm gonna try to get down to 160.
160? Okay.
I don't think it's gonna be a problem. It's probably like 18 pounds. And like I said, I'm very out of shape at the moment, so I feel like I could shed that weight.
You better get on that Spence diet. Better read up on what he doing.
Last time I went, I stopped eating meat for like 2-3 months.
Mm-hmm.
It was just
that'd do it.
Yeah, all vegetables.
Did you cut out sugar?
No, I didn't.
You should cut sugar out. But that's another, we can have that conversation another time privately.
But no, I did not do that. But yeah, no, that's the plan. That's definitely still the plan. I think I might go buy a bike tomorrow because I can't run. I already discussed that. I can't run, so I gotta find something. And you said the swimming memberships are free, so I'm gonna do that. But I say even though Haney doesn't like predicting anything in his fights, he don't like talking about KOs or anything, but I think he's gonna get him out of there by the 10th round. That's just my prediction. But it's gonna be a good fight regardless. Jorge Linares is the first person to knock Lomachenko down, so he's not a slouch. But it's gonna be a good fight. That's a fact. Other than that, I don't really have much else. I don't know if y'all have anything y'all would like to touch on before we wrap up.
I don't have anything today.
Yeah, I don't got much. I mean, I'm ready for football season to start. I know that.
I'm ready for fucking football season to start myself.
I'm not even in the future like that. I'm enjoying these playoffs right now. So.
Listen, these playoffs, I'm not gonna lie. The playoffs are way better than the regular NFL season. You don't think?
I love me some football now. I love me some football.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. Not NFL. I mean NBA season. The regular NBA season.
For sure.
NFL's the same way, though. Like, it's decent. It doesn't really start getting high intensity until we start seeing who's almost making the playoffs. Then you start seeing teams play a lot harder out there.
I don't know. My love for football is a little different though, because it's like I look forward to every week. Like, it's what I'm saying? Like I'm looking forward to every game. So I feel like I got the same fan intensity.
Right.
Each
I can
week.
Dig that. Well, for the wrap up, what is the question? We didn't have too many questions out of this episode. Let's fuck it. Britt isn't involved in the basketball shows. Let's go basketball for my question.
All right, let's do it.
I want to know Eastern and Western Conference Finals. Who you see in them? And then hit the showers.
I'm going to say Lakers, Nets, Lakers, LA versus Brooklyn, East Coast, West Coast beef.
Oh, you talking about for the finals? Who in the Eastern?
Oh, my bad.
Eastern and Western. Eastern? Yeah, I want to know who's.
All right, so let me bring it back. Let me bring it back because I really got to kind of like know this setup here. But so let's say Lakers and I can't. Is it possible, depending on how it's set up, can we do Lakers Nuggets?
Definitely. Well, wait. Unless they play each other before then.
I thought that if the Lakers won, they play Utah, or am I wrong?
Nah.
I could be wrong. That's why I said I got to look at the setup.
To see
no, they wouldn't have Utah, I don't think.
I don't know the bracket to see who would advance to correlate into.
Yeah, that's a great question. That's good. Yeah, that's that makes it tougher to. So let's go
finals.
Yeah, let's just go finals on them.
Nah, let me go.
Lakers and Nets, then Brittany.
Yeah, I'm Lakers Nets all day.
What I wanted to know is if we was gonna get. Aaron called this the 2021 New Jack City in the Eastern Conference Finals.
New York and Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Not after what Atlanta's been doing lately, bro. Trae Young.
No, I don't.
Ice cold.
He can't do it himself.
He can't do it himself. But what I'm saying is, as far as New York making it to what you're saying,
what they 2-1 right now.
Yeah, Atlanta's up 2-1 against New York.
Mm-hmm. New York still got a chance.
They still.
Oh yeah, they got a chance for sure.
If they're going to keep playing, again, we talked about this on Wednesday. They have way more talent than Atlanta does, and you know,
and they're not using.
They're not playing the way. So if they're going to keep playing this way at this rate, yeah.
You know what? It's kind of to Britt's point. Listen, I ain't never against being wrong. I don't got no problem admitting being wrong. It's kind of to Britt's point when she said Julius Randle, like LeBron trading him away, may not have been that big of a deal. Because if you can't show up when it counts, it don't matter what you did in that season.
Right. I don't care. But there are people that, you know, take that into consideration. But to bounce off of what Aaron said Wednesday night, like, you know, Battle of New York, I do not see either team making it out of the second round. So if Atlanta comes out, I don't see them going past whoever they face.
Okay, I see what you mean.
If New York comes out, I don't see them coming out. They just don't have enough to face off against a Giannis. They don't have enough to face off against the Nets. They don't have it. At the end of the day, they just don't have enough power.
I agree after seeing everybody else play on the Bucks. I do agree. Who hitting the showers, Britt?
Oh man, I got 3 hit the showers. I'm gonna combine them into one.
Okay. I like
so
that.
my hit the showers is 2 teams. They need to hit the showers. One already did. The Miami Heat.
Okay.
Hit the showers. That's ridiculous for you to go to the finals and then come back and get swept. That's ridiculous. And you got pretty much the same team. I could understand if we was talking about Jimmy Butler was injured,
right?
Et cetera, et cetera. So Heat hit the showers.
And Clippers, slipping them bitches. Hit them and
Clippers,
slipping
y'all know
them.
how I feel. Clippers hit the showers. You guys are bums. You're too much talent for you guys to be, you know, playing like you're playing. I just think that you guys are bums. So let the Heat hit the showers and the Clippers hit the showers. And then my other hit the shower, because I was listening to you guys on Wednesday, and this is what I was going to bring up, because I didn't. I think I heard you say it last week too, and maybe I just didn't register, but I heard all 3 of you say this, and I completely disagree. On Wednesday's show, you guys said that Ja Morant is not the leader of his team. And I just don't know how you guys can sit there and have a consensus.
No, we were saying in reference to what game was that with Dylan Brooks. We said Dylan Brooks is saying, "Oh no, this is my team here currently."
Well, listen, watching the show, it was like you guys were okay with saying that Ja Morant was not the leader of the team. Even if he didn't have the best game, in my opinion, that's Ja's team. There's no question about it. Even if he doesn't have the most points, he is the facilitator. Everything runs through him.
Everybody thinks that.
We said Ja runs the team. We just said he doesn't play.
He's not stepping up to having to do that. Right. Yeah. Dylan Brooks, he's giving openings for Dylan Brooks to come in and be like, "I got it. It's your job." Oh yeah.
No,
Dylan Brooks.
Okay. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe you guys were saying like he's almost like throwing his responsibility over to Dylan Brooks. That's exactly. And I completely disagree.
Okay.
I'm on my Stephen A right now.
Okay, I ain't mad.
I feel like he, you know, some things are not a stat. and you can't put leadership sometimes into a stat. I think that is his team. I don't think that he is shying away from responsibility. I think he's putting it on his back. And I just feel like it always has to be referred to as his team. And that is until I see something otherwise. And I don't, like I said, I don't think that he's shying away from his responsibility. Sometimes, you just need other players to step up.
He passes a lot of shots. He passes up on a lot of shots.
But if he passes up on a lot of shots and who he got down low, I can't remember his post name right now, but
not
the homeboy.
Not Valanciunas. Not Valanciunas.
Is it Valanciunas? It's one of those names.
Is it Valanciunas?
I can't remember. He got
somebody it is
like that. But it's just like, yeah, if he pass up on a shot and he's open, what are we saying?
But I'm saying he's passing up shots to other shooters like Dylan. Like wide open at the three. I give it to you. You take it. Like why, bro? Why? It's your team. Do your thing. That's why you get in the game with 12.
That's why it's his team, because he knows. Listen, I'm gonna pass it to what's the one dude? Touché. The light skin. I'm gonna pass it to him because he got the better shot.
Like that's Kyle Anderson.
Yeah,
both of them got better shots than he do.
Yeah, I mean he's just a traditional.
Hopefully he'll develop. Hopefully he'll develop. I don't think he's traditional though, because he likes to drive. He likes to catch oops. He likes to do all that. He just doesn't have a confident jumper is the issue. He doesn't have a confident mid-range. Only thing he does inside of the three are floaters. He'll do a floater from behind the three or behind the foul line.
That's little man shit. That's little man shit.
Just pulling up and taking the midi, he'll just push up a floater. Like it's like, well, learn the jump shot, and then that might help your three a bit, and you'll be all right, right? Like Jimmy Butler is key at Dragic is key at seeing a big man pulling up right there. He's more so, I'll take it off the run because I'm expecting a mash.
But I think it's more so like he's a little smaller than them. What is Jimmy Butler, 6'8"? I don't know how tall Dragic is.
He might be a little shorter, but yeah.
But you're talking about some. What is he? 6 foot?
Yeah, 6'1".
Man, it's harder. That jumper just don't flow like that when you that little. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this day and age, like that's getting no offense to little smaller players, but a lot of times it's getting blocked. You know what I'm saying? Like that difference of that's 4 or 5 inches.
That's timing.
Yeah, but you talking about him?
Look at Isaiah.
He got a Isaiah who?
Thomas, one of the best mid-range shooters. Oh, he's a mid-range buster.
Not saying you can't have a shot. I take that back because Steph is probably 6 foot, or maybe Steph's probably about 6'3".
6'3".
Yeah, 6'3". So I take that. But like I said, those couple inches make a huge difference and being able to get your shot off. And I think that he just is not comfortable yet getting a shot off. Of course, he should develop that jump shot, and I think he will.
If he does,
he's a smart player.
Amazing. If he does, he'll be amazing.
He going with what's safe. That lob, that's safe right now. You know what I'm saying?
Off 1 foot, that little floater every trip.
Everybody should have one.
No, I'm not saying that. But that shouldn't be your only shot in the mirror. You shouldn't be driving beyond the three and the first thing you think is a floater. Like my nigga, the 3-point is 2 steps back and you're pull up. Just pull up. Pull up on them. If you can float it, you can pull it up. You can stop and pull it up.
Yeah, but you also have to you can, but which one you got more control over at the moment?
You're right.
He got more control over his floater. He got more control over his floater right now.
Definitely correct, because he goes through it every time. And I'm not mad at it. If you hit it, you hit it. But I just feel like there's things that you could do to round off your game, and then you would be unstoppable. Let's be honest. Ja Morant is in a position to be unstoppable. He's just not there yet.
It's only his second season. So, like I said, it's still his team. I think he's doing a great job. I don't think that he's shying away from responsibility. I don't see that in him at all.
So what you getting at is the Hit the Showers Wednesday cast got to hit the showers.
Yeah, y'all hit the showers for making fun of my boy.
We hit them, did. Malk, who you got on the East West in the hit 'em?
I'm gonna say Lakers versus Nets too. Hopeful with the Lakers, we'll see.
I want to see the Lakers there too.
Hit the showers definitely goes to, and I'm a UK fan, so it's hard for me to say, but I have to. Devin Booker and punk ass Jay Crowder. When Devin Booker did that cheap ass technical foul on Schroeder the other night. Schroeder was going up for I think a layup, and Devin Booker tried to push him midair to the ground and got ejected. They gave him a tech, I think, and ejected him. Yeah.
I seen it. It wasn't that bad.
I don't think I saw it.
But honestly, it's uncalled for though. That just, you don't do that. You know
what
I mean?
Playoffs.
Man, listen, I really wish they would let them have a little bit of aggression, and that's why the game's soft, because they want them to be soft. Like, nah, like it's the playoffs. Like
they want that.
Like you go back and you watch that the Bad Boys, the Pistons, man, they was doing all types of crazy shit.
Bows down there.
They could never get away with none of that stuff they was doing. I'm talking about they might as well just face mug somebody.
It was damn near prison rules down in that paint.
Right.
Yeah, like let them. It's playoffs. I want that type of aggression. I want that type of energy out of the players that I'm watching.
I agree.
To be honest with you, I don't want you out there just being soft and just pick and roll and playing the game, man. Fuck that.
Who'd he push? You said Rondo.
Dennis Schroeder.
Schroeder.
Okay.
There's a difference between playing aggressive and playing dirty. Like I'm any sport I play aggressive, but I'm not gonna play you dirty. I'm not going to cheap shot you. I'm not going to try to. I'm gonna try to play fair, but I'm gonna be aggressive. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna try to take you when you're not prepared.
Yeah, no, that's not my style.
I mean, you don't want to injure anybody. You don't want to injure.
I want to injure you.
Right.
I do want to injure you, but I want to injure you heads up. Right.
Exactly.
I don't want to.
No, I don't want to. Not in basketball. I don't.
Exactly.
I don't want to injure anybody in basketball, but he didn't injure him. So to me, that was a good aggressive foul in the sense.
I got a meta
injured. Luckily,
I got a meta world peace view of basketball where it's like I don't plan to injure you, but if your soft ass gets injured from this move, that's on you. I didn't tackle you. I just went up for a block. If you got injured, that's your bitch ass fault.
Right.
Tighten up your hit that weight room harder. I don't know what to tell you.
Man, I don't know. I'm not mad at the foul. Like I said, I really want more of that in the game. As long as you're not injuring people, like let them be a little aggressive, man. That shows emotion. That shows that you're really putting it on the line.
And it's money.
Don't get crazy with it.
This is the playoffs. It's money on the line, motherfucker. I understand if you push me a little too hard. I get it. Now, that's not going to say that I'm not going to come back at you some kind of way.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I wanted to be. Go back and forth. Okay, you just got me with a little hard foul. I'm getting you with a hard foul.
I don't trash
next time you come down to the court.
I just smile and just think in my head, what the fuck am I about to do to this man?
That's how it should be for every player. I'm saying every player should have that type of intensity.
Wait till next time.
Right. That's how it should be. Okay. Like, okay, that's it. You take your foul. Okay.
Right.
All right. We gonna see what happens next time you try to do a layup or something.
And I'm gonna make sure my back is to the ref so they don't see what knee or elbow came out of me when you landed.
Man, I'm coming like Draymond. I would be playing like Draymond. Like he'd be right on the edge. Right. Like it looked like it was a natural foul. To like, man, that ain't natural. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Britt was about to run a nigga over in the flag football game last week.
Was she?
Oh yeah. You think motherfuckers ain't even on the sideline? They said, "Oh, she was about to run that motherfucker over."
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you turned around on that one dude and ran right into his ass. I said, "Let me find out, Britt."
No, listen, Britt don't even like to run. Britt's back be hurting.
Listen,
Britt just be trying to make it to certain points. I was telling my boyfriend, like, listen, I got a dot on the field somewhere. That's all I'm trying to make it to. That's all I'm worried about.
Listen, he was out there working though. My nigga out there working. I ain't mad at it. And I bet he balled out on him on the court afterwards.
Oh, yeah, he had a good game. He had a good game.
Yeah, he seemed like he was feeling it that day. Shouts my nigga. My hit the showers and shit.
Wait, who's your finals? Did you say?
Nah, that was my and shit.
Oh, okay.
Of course, I'm going Nets, man. The Nets are just looking. They looking like we expected them to look. Out of the West, I'm kind of iffy, man. I'm thinking. I'm thinking I was very wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking that.
As far as what?
I thought the Nuggets was going out first round. I'm thinking they may make it to the Western Conference.
The Nuggets without
Murray. Yeah.
Without Murray?
Yeah, I do. And that's exactly what I said too. I didn't think that they was gonna look like this, but they got motherfuckers stepping up. I can't deny that. And I didn't I think it's gonna be the Lakers and the Nuggets in the West. And I think the Lakers is gonna come out and see the Nets. What you about to say?
I was gonna say I don't know how it matches up, but I think it's either gonna be. Now let me ask you this. Not to get. I know we about to get off of here, but y'all don't.
I ain't in no rush.
With everything the Mavs is doing, nobody's believing in them.
I am believing in the Mavs, but
Cliff got my notes down.
He did go with Mavs. Malk did go with Mavs. That I do remember. I am believing in the Mavs. Especially if Porzy can catch his flow. He's starting to
stay healthy.
Well, no, stay healthy. I don't think that's an issue right now, like in the playoffs, because he sat out a while up to then. So I feel like we're in a situation where he feels like even if I do have nagging injuries, I can still fight through them for these 14 games to finish the playoffs.
I think he's like Chris Paul. I would be surprised if let's say they made it to the finals. I would be surprised if he were able to play. I would be very surprised. I think he just got like a Chris Paul about him.
I understand what you're getting at. I do. But the thing is with Porzingis is it seems like when he is on the floor, he does something.
Oh, Chris Paul does too. He's a game changer. I'm not saying that he does his thing, but they're injury prone.
Right.
And I'm like, can your body, like I said, like we were talking about before, like you're going into unknown territory. You're not used to playing this long of a season.
Right.
Can your body make it to the finals?
He sat out more than half of it.
Man, he's still not used to playing during this time.
This may
be
the strategy, though. This may be the strategy. Like we were saying on the Wednesday shows, some players you gotta wait until you get them to the point that you need them, and this is what Porzingis is. Luka's pretty durable. Luka's gonna make it through the season and do his thing. Now Porzingis, you even if you're ready, sit the fuck out to these playoffs. I'm confident that you'll have a good enough shot to still be good. You don't have to catch a rhythm, and I don't have to play you 3 to 4 games before the playoffs start. So now that they've started, are you good enough to make it through them? I think he is. I'm not going to say he is permanent, but I think he is.
Man, I'm telling you, man, he got that Chris Paul about him, man. I don't know what it is. I would be surprised.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was going to say I would just be surprised if he, let's say they somehow get to the finals. I'd be surprised if he was still playing.
But I really would. I was going to say, but based on that bracket, however it falls, like you were saying, because I don't know how exactly it'll fall. If we do see the Nuggets and the Mavs going head to head, I see the Mavs taking that. I will say that. But I don't see.
I don't know if I believe in the Nuggets.
I don't
You got to factor in the Trailblazers. We ain't said nothing about them.
They have 3-1 on them now.
2-1.
Did they go up 3-1 or 2?
Well, they just played today, didn't they? They just played today.
I'll look at it again, but I'm pretty sure it said 2-1.
I think it's 2-1. It should only be the third game.
I thought they just played today at 1:30, or it might have been 4.
So Trailblazers are up. Oh, it's 2-2.
Oh, so they won today. Okay, so the Trailblazers won today. Yeah, they played at 4.
Yes, 2-2. It's 2-2.
Right. So I mean, Trailblazers. You still got the Nuggets. So I'm not sure that the Mavs can.
I actually said the Trailblazers took that.
I'm still giving it to the Trailblazers.
76ers are up 3-0. They won against the Wizards tonight.
We knew that though.
Well, we knew they was gonna sweep. I mean, more than likely, that's a sweep.
I said Blazers in 6. Malk said Blazers. All of us said Blazers in 6.
So I don't know if it's gonna be in 6.
They
might
have
go
to win. They would have to win the next 2.
It Jazz could go to 7. Right now, the Grizzlies by 6.
So what would that? If they win it, that would be what?
2-1 Jazz.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you got the other games tomorrow. Y'all didn't talk about Tatum's 50-point game last night. That boy, woo!
No, I didn't see
Tatum went off last night.
Did they win it
last night? Hell yeah!
They won it, so they ain't sweep them. Oh, I thought they.
No, they didn't sweep them. No, it's 2.
That's good. Good for him. You know right. That's probably gonna be their only win. So.
Right.
I'm happy he got 50 on it.
I am too.
You know,
I like.
Remember that
Jason's always been my guy. You know, that's always been my guy. But
he was splashing on KD.
I mean, he got to. That's the guy. That's the guy who's going to. Who else is going to? But the fact that they are letting him do that, even without Jaylen Brown, he's definitely cementing himself as the future of the NBA.
I'm saying,
like I fucking said. Mark my words, bitches.
That's your guy.
When he came out, I was telling Malk that's the guy that's going to take over. What? Am I lying, Malk?
No, you ain't lying.
I said Jason Tatum is going to be the guy.
I think it's between him and Luka because Luka can do it all.
Mm-hmm.
Luka can do.
Man, let me see. I mean, I think they're great players, but let me see. I need to see how they match up against the greats. What's the name? He just got his 50 on KD, maybe, right?
Yeah, Jason.
So
you gotta give him that.
So, yeah, I'm that you get extra points in my book. Not that these great players are playing great defense all the time, but
right.
If you can do that you can drop 50
Luka
on.
does everything.
Mm-hmm.
Luka does Luka plays point. Luka backs you down. Luka hits a fadeaway. Luka hits a 3, a step back. He does. Only thing, if he tightened up his defense a little bit, he'd be the best player in the NBA.
I agree.
I'd give him the best, even over LeBron. I'd give him the best player in the NBA if he tightened up his defense.
Now I need to. When we get off, I gotta go look at the schedule and see how things are.
You gotta watch it.
Are lining up.
I'm telling you,
you gotta watch
Luka.
No, I've been watching.
Luka's amazing. He's amazing. But
I like Luka.
Might hit the
Finish
showers.
Some Clippers off, Luka.
Yeah, please do, because they don't want it. Might hit the showers. It's ironic you said you was on your Stephen A. Smith, because that's who I'm giving my hit the showers to this evening.
Really?
What did he do?
You didn't have to do Kwame Brown like that. Even though I thought it was funny as the fuck. I thought that was the fun. Did you see that clip? I sent it to y'all. I sent it to both of y'all, I thought.
Oh, no.
On ESPN.
I didn't get that.
He did send something.
He showed a minute clip of Kwame Brown's bloopers on ESPN, and he went so hard on Kwame Brown. He said, and he stopped it. He said, run the tape. Nope, keep running it. Miss pass. Airball to layup. He airballed a layup. Keep running it. Run the tape. He said, this is only 1 minute. I have 15 minutes of this footage. I only showed you one. Look at this man. I said,
oh man, listen.
You did not have to
did
do
you go
like
back
that.
and hey, listen, but the thing about it is though, because I went back and I was looking, because I'm listening to this beef and stuff like that. So I went back, I looked at some of the footage, man. He been going ham on this man for 20 some years. Like literally he would have these rants. He would have these rants about him. He's always had rants about him. They just like refueled his old rants. Like this is nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Like
for years.
Yeah, he's
watch
I'm like,
the
yeah,
clip, though. It was borderline. It was borderline. I don't even want to say. Let me stop. Let me rein it back, because I don't want to say unprofessional, because it was very professional the way he did it. it was just personal. It wasn't unprofessional. It was personal. And I don't know what he personally has on my guy, but I can't argue what he's talked about with him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that he said anything personal about him, because remember, Aaron said that was his issue, is getting personal. But I don't know that he said anything personal. He may have said he's soft, but
he's been calling him a bum. He's been calling him a bum, and I don't know how often does Stephen A. actually, like, repeatedly call someone a bum, like call an athlete a bum. He's literally been calling this dude a bum for 20 some years.
I can't listen. I don't know. It's hard.
I'm trying to think of somebody that he can disagree. Like, no, he's not playing up to this, but he literally calls this man a bum. So, and I mean,
it's hard to defend Kwame Brown when you look at shit like that. Because I remember him. I do remember him. I remember my dad cussing at the TV when he was on the Lakers. I remember all of that. But looking at the clip with Stephen A., it's like, damn, Kwame, like, this is checkmate, bro. Like, you can't really say shit about anybody. Like, nobody's throwing dirt on your name. Look at your highlights.
Well, in his defense, I think that he's not as bad as we're making him seem. He was just a number one draft pick.
That's what.
And I think that is what is like giving him that. You know what I'm saying? You're a bum.
Well, wait. I mean,
type deal.
Well, wait, because if I'm keeping it a buck with you, I feel like, look at your Anthony Bennett's and shit on Cleveland. You know what I mean?
Right.
They still made points. They still averaged stats, but that doesn't mean that they weren't a bust. You know what I mean? So regardless,
for his
14 years in the league and you played for 7 different teams, 6 different teams, that's an issue.
No, not really. Because think about it like this. Shaq played for what? 5, 6 different teams?
That was very
No. Well, what I'm saying is I don't want to say. Well, towards the end of his career, he wasn't Shaq. You know what I'm saying? He played for Cleveland. He played for Phoenix. He played for Miami.
Didn't he get a ring with Boston?
He played and he was a Celtic. Like, I can think of so many teams that Shaq played for, but at the same time, I don't know if he got a ring with them. I don't think he got one. I don't think he got another ring.
He didn't get
but
one
the point of the matter is, I don't get one against LA.
Yeah, you remember when they went back to back like 3 different years?
I don't remember him getting a ring. I don't think he got a ring with the Celtics. But the point of the matter is, I can't put his the number of teams. I can't make you a bum because you were with a lot of teams. I'm not going to do that.
Shaq is a lottery pick, and he always has been. Even when he's 35, you still look at Shaq as a lottery pick. I still want Shaq. But there's a difference when you're an expected lottery pick and you don't pan to be out on that. So we're just offloading you to the next person that wants you. That's what I meant.
No, but it wasn't like that, though. Because he wasn't in the beginning of his career. Like, okay, let's look at it like this. He played 14 years, right? How many years did Anthony Bennett play in the league?
You right. 2, 1.5, 1.75. He's in Canada.
Let's give him a little bit more. Let's give him 3. You know what I'm saying?
He's a champ in Canada. He's a national champ in Canada, but I don't know what that means.
We ain't even gonna bring up his Canada career,
baby. I'm just saying.
If he would have came in as the number 12 draft pick, we would not look at him.
You're right.
The way that we are looking at him. His only downfall, in a way, it's not a downfall for him. It was just a downfall for the fans.
You are right.
He came in number 1.
But he said it in the video. He said, and this is what threw me off, and we'll wrap it up. he said, "You can't find no film on me." And I was like, "Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. Why?" He said, "Yeah, you can't find no film on me. Them motherfuckers drafted me first round off of 12 high school games." Man, I was thinking like that's not a good thing though. That just means that whoever drafted you's a dumbass. Like that's not giving you props saying there's no film on you. They only drafted you off of 12 high school games. Like that doesn't, it just sounded like that argument to me sounded like what that's off. You know what I mean? That's off.
What was his point of that? I have to go back and look. What was his point on
like
saying
he was
that
good? Like he was that good that off of 12 high school games, they drafted him first round.
I mean, he had to have done his thing in those high school games.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I feel
for
like
the
that's
NBA
more
to
so,
be like,
that's more so on the front office to be like, out of 12 games, we'll take Kwame Brown. First round, first pick. That's dumb on your behalf, not his behalf. I'm not holding nothing against him. But front office that chose to say, these 12 games look good, we'll take him. That's a little off.
Yeah, it wasn't a good decision. I mean, it didn't pan out to be. Like I said, it's not even a downfall of his. Like, you can't, I wouldn't be mad I got drafted. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad I got drafted number one.
He was even gonna make the most money. He didn't have college stats. Like, I don't even got no college highlights like that, but they wanted me number one. That was like, what are you you're telling me that you're telling me that you didn't belong. And that may be where the lack of confidence came in play. Because it's like, just saying that lets you know, like, you must think you didn't qualify. And don't get me wrong, I felt that way too. Specifically in boxing, I felt like I'm pegged a little higher than I really feel like I am at the moment.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think it comes from Pops and him, people knowing his background, and I'm not feeling as comfortable as people think I am at right now at this moment. So I understand that feeling. I definitely get it. But I can't rock with you when you got so many bloopers out there that people can be like,
man. But listen though, because I don't feel like that's fair. And to be honest with you, we would have had this conversation like 5 years ago without doing a little bit of research, I would have been on the same thing. I thought he came in, and I'm thinking, you number one, you not as good as a number one should be. You're a bust almost.
Right. Okay.
Michael Jordan tore you a new asshole.
I think that's what hurt him.
He broke you.
I think that's what hurt him.
You know what I'm saying? But now that I look at it, my perspective is a little different than it would have been, some years ago. I just think that shoot, I just lost my whole train of thought here. I was getting ready to say something. It was in reference to what? No, it wasn't. No, you didn't. It was in reference to what you said. But dang, I can't remember. It was something you said. I wanted to make a point of. Shoot. Anyway, so my bad, guys. But I cannot think of what I was getting ready to say. But like I said, my perspective on him is just a little bit different, and like he was good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
God bless Kwame. Alhamdulillah. God bless my G. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Find peace. Because right now you don't have it. You're living in turmoil, and I don't know if
No. Why do you think he's living in turmoil?
Because you shouldn't have to address everything unless you feel like that's your play for revenue. I don't address a fucking Stephen A. Smith. When's the last time you back Shaq down? Not never. So shut the fuck up, bitch boy.
No, I disagree. And the reason why I disagree is because he has been getting he's been crucified. Literally. Somewhat. He gets crucified. He's been crucified for years. Even when he was playing, Stephen A. was ripping him a new one.
But so I don't know I don't know if Jesus deserved it. Kwame Brown may have.
I don't know.
Kwame Brown may have.
I don't know. I'm saying, like, I'm not mad at him for speaking up. I don't think he's in turmoil. I think that he's in a really good position in his life. He just finally has the platform.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. Okay. Like how he's living. I just meant like for you to be like addressing and Arya Starkin, like having a list of all the people that you want to take off. Like that's that's not good for your heart, G. Like. Cool no,
you need that release though.
You do need that. I agree.
Think about how long he's been holding it in. Think about how many times he had to turn on Sports Center and hear himself get ripped up by like you're a bum.
He did say
is calling him a bum, and he has he can't respond to anybody. There's nobody he can go to.
His kids. He said, my 15-year-old son hearing this shit, like
right.
And I can understand that. I can get that. Like, damn, like, you just, like, it don't end. Like, even my 15-year-old still hearing about this shit. I get it. Yeah, so I'll agree with you. You right.
I don't know. I like the guy. You know what I'm saying? Him actually putting himself out there on social media, I actually like him more. Like, okay. I got more respect for him that he is talking than I did before.
For sure. That's definitely more respect. I'll give him that. But yeah, no, Stephen A gotta hit him. He ain't have to do my G like that. And if you haven't watched it, watch that shit. You're gonna be like
that just I'm gonna watch it back. That just brought back the point that I was trying to say. If you play for 14 years, right. you got some dumb stuff out there. You got some really bad
out of 14 years.
Yeah, so you can put a 1 minute clip together on Kobe Bryant if you want to.
You're right.
Air balls and stuff like that. So I don't think that that's fair. Yeah, you probably you could do the same thing with Shaq. Like you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, you got some dumb stuff going on out there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that was fair to him.
You're
just part of the game. Just part of the battle, and kudos to Stephen A. for battling that
way.
For
14 years, if you could only come up with 15 minutes of footage, I agree. I agree with you there.
If you even have that much, you saying you got that much, right? But you showing us a minute clip, so.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna give Kwame some peace too. He repeated a couple clips in that 1 minute. From different angles, so that 15 minutes could have been multiple same clips, different angle type shit.
5 minutes, you got 5 minutes of clips.
So let me say that. But you know what? Like I said, God bless. Alhamdulillah, all that bullshit. I'm sorry, not bullshit. Excuse me. But you know what I'm saying? God bless my brother. I appreciate what he's given as far as entertainment on the internet. Do any of y'all have anything to take us out?
Come on the show, Kwame. Come on the show.
Come on the show and speak your piece.
The show.
And listen,
we would love to have you.
I'm not Matt Barnes. We don't have to fight before, during, or after. We could just talk some shit.
We would love to get your perspective. Especially, I would love to pick his brain on everything that he went through those 14 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to hear what he had to say.
That would be interesting. May have to make some reach outs.
Let me reach out to him on social media.
You gonna say go Lakers?
Go Lakers.
You the showerheads on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, all showerheads, stay tuned. We'll be back on Wednesday. Today was a perfect episode. Not one skips. At least it told me here, so that's good. Maybe if people are available, we might have to push it back a little later, because I think what happens is if we go in at a prime time when everybody's streaming, that's when we get the skippage and the, you know what I mean? But Saturdays? We'll talk about, like push it back to 7:30 or something, but we'll talk about it. It ain't no big deal. Okay, so my showerheads, we love y'all. Be good or be good at it. We'll see y'all next week, Wednesday, Saturday. Catch us.
Cavs maybe one day.
You said Cav what?
Cavs maybe one day. Very job for president.
Shut up.
Oh. Are we off?